Hello, Thomas. How are you doing this week?
Hi, Catherine. I'm doing fine. I just finished a 2-day workshop, again here in the Middle East. Now I'm heading off in the plane to Dubai, but it went very well. I could show you the seminar room full of flip charts and whatever. It was very interactive, very interesting, but that's not the point of this meeting. The point of this meeting is, as I think, some questions and answers from people that want to know more about the club. So yes, let's do it.
That's right. Yeah, we've had a lot of interest this week. The first question is from Francesca in Milan. How can I make sure I have the best chances to pass the application successfully?
Okay, do me a favor, read that question again, because there was a slight breakup. Read it slower, because the internet doesn't seem to be that stable, but I'm sure it's efficient enough. So read it again.
Okay. The question is from Francesca in Milan, Italy. She says, how can I make sure I have the best chance to pass the application successfully?
Okay, perfect. So it's a good question. First of all, don't overthink about the application, because at the end of the day, what do we want to see? We don't want to see qualifications, labels, letters behind your name. What we want to see is an eagerness, a willingness to really work on yourself and support also a peer group so that they can work on themselves. So really, we want to see between the lines in the application that someone is really ready for the Global Village Leaders Club, ready for searching for their talents, aiming to be really fully engaged at the work they're doing. And that's the most important. So it really needs to be ideally written from the heart. Don't go into formal listing of all the stuff you've done the 20 years in the past, whatever. Just right from the heart. Where are you now? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to invest this money, the time? Are you serious about this? And then just press the button and see what happens. At the end of the day, there's no commitment with the application. And once you know that you are in, then you can take it from there. So there's still 48 hours to find the funding, and application is step one, and don't overthink. That's what we would say.
Great, thank you, Thomas. The next question's from Bernhard in Berlin, Germany. He says, if he's not accepted as a student, can he apply again in the future?
Okay, can you reapply if you're not accepted? The answer is, of course, yes. Because why would we say a no now is a no forever after? That doesn't make sense. There can be various reasons why it is a no. Maybe there is not the real matching group, or the timing isn't right, we think, for you as a student. So yes, reapply. It also shows us that the person is really serious of wanting to be in. So reapplying doesn't hurt, and is certainly possible.
Okay, great. The next question is from Susan in Edinburgh, Scotland. How many students are in the masterclass at any one time? Okay,
now, if you follow the website and the material, it would have already, let's say, been covered there. It's only 4 to 6 people per class. And we really wanted to differentiate ourselves and really make it, intense is the wrong word, but we wanted to really make it, we wanted to add value by a small group of peers, 4 to 6, one coach per group who is live in the sessions, which is also very unique. And that's what we want to do, because therefore, from our experience, a group of 4 to 6 works best in a virtual environment. And because in the masterclass, we spend 4 weeks to focus on each individual talent, on strengths, on what gives you energy. The people get to know each other more and more, and therefore the small group and the intensity really gives a complete different value to maybe other offerings or what is out there. Sometimes we decide whether, and with an agreement with the group members, whether someone wants to swap a group after a fortnight, but the preferred format is really 4 to 6 people, one coach, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, all together live, and that's the thing. So small group, you can't hide in that group, you can only contribute.
Excellent, thank you. Our fourth question is from Ravi in India. He says, what could be irritating to students about the GVL masterclass?
That's a good one. What could be irritating? It depends on your expectations. So sometimes those online learning courses and paying a tuition fee and what is the curriculum, if you expect straightforward agenda, bullet points that we basically work through in a linear structured way, then you will be irritated, because we give you certain frameworks, but we want this to be led by the participants. This is a peer coaching, and this is a peer-led learning curve. What do we mean with that? Everyone signs up to dive into their talents. What could I do best? How can I shine in the workplace? How can I create more fun, for more engagement in the workplace? And therefore, on a Tuesday, the progress decides what are we doing on the Thursday. The Thursday dives into the Sunday. So it's really like facilitating, the coach facilitates the learning journey. When the journey is slowing down too much, the coach will start to make sure it flows again. If it's flowing, the coach doesn't interfere. So it's not, okay, lesson on a Tuesday, lesson on a Thursday, tick, tick, tick. That's not what we do. In terms of input, what is interesting, if you look at the website, there's one question that says, why being excellent at one thing is just not good enough to be successful? So in that bullet point, we explain there's 4 areas and 3 sub areas, so 12 in total, that we believe you need to be good at, on top of the talent that you have and that you develop. So we will give those inputs around those 12 themes, but it's not structured, and we don't work through in a linear way. We blend it in as we go along. Yeah, so don't expect too much structure and too much ticks in the boxes. If you want a test, you will also be disappointed. There's no test. So you have already passed.
Okay, thanks, Thomas. The final question this week is from Sin in Singapore, and she says, what is included in the tuition fee, and are there any extra costs that she may need to cover?
Okay, so what is included in the tuition fee, and are there any extra costs? What is included is, first of all, you are entitled, because of tuition fee, to join those 3 hours Tuesday, 3 hours Thursday, 6 hours Sunday. That's 12 hours a week times 4. That's 48 hours, if my calculations are correct. So that's already there. Additionally, there's 3 assessment tools, and you can choose 2 out of the 3. We've got the emotional intelligence profile, we've got the preferred thinking profile, we've got the strength scope. So choose 2 out of the 3. That's our current thinking, and that's included. You get a report. The report is discussed in the group so everyone understands what the report says. Now, you get some pre-reading material that can be physical books that we send out, it can be PDFs, so you get some additional, well-selected pre-reading material so that we are already up to speed when we're starting the first session. Then, if you want more, for example, if you want a full hour exploration session for your profile, if you want all 3 profiles, then you could choose the plus version of the masterclass. There is a masterclass, there's a masterclass plus. The plus costs a little bit extra, but therefore you've got all 3 reports, and you've got a 1 full hour exploration session with each report. And you've got at least 2 one-to-one coaching sessions that just between you and that coach, outside of the official time table for the classes. So that's what you get on top. And there's nothing else other than, of course, time investment. You need to bring the time, and ideas. You need to invest yourself in this for this to fly. But financially, there's nothing more than that. I hope that answers the question.
Great, thanks for your time, Thomas. Good to see you again.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a good week. And yeah, all the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Click on the link to fill out the application. It's your chance to get on the waiting list and possibly accepted. There is no commitment at this stage. It's a selection process of carefully matched peer groups. Don't forget to subscribe to our email circle. The application has great questions, like a free mini coaching session how to discover your talents to become fully engaged and remarkable. Once accepted, you have 48 hours to commit or step aside from the waiting list.